Okay, let's take a look at this one here. We just have some general point, okay, and we want to find the c value. So if I want to just find one unknown variable part in the equation, I can plug in a coordinate. Okay, so I can go y equals negative 22 is equal to negative 3 squared plus negative 5 times 3 plus c, and there's only one variable left. Okay, so this is, it adds up to 24, negative 24, so I'm going to add 24 to both sides, and I end up with c equals 2. Okay, so I can find the value of c that way. Okay, so this problem here, we're starting to generalize things by having to deal with more and more variables, and that's a really important part of what we're trying to develop in Math 11 is generalizations. Looking at the math and not being able to use numbers to calculate things. So we're moving away from all this calculating to generalizing things with variables. So here I've been given two unknown parts of this. I do know the y-intercept. So if I'm going to sketch this, maybe I'm just going to sketch a quick graph here. I know my y-intercept's at 3, and I've been given two more coordinates. So I've been given 3 coordinates. So 1 over, 2 up, somewhere around there. Negative 2, negative 7. So somewhere down here. Okay, so I know that my graph is probably going to go something like that. Okay, it's hard to tell, okay, but those my 3 points kind of indicate to me I got a sense of that parabola. So if I have a physical sense of that parabola, I must have enough algebraic pieces to be able to solve this algebraically. So basically I have two unknowns. I can't seem to be able to figure out A or B from these coordinates, so I think I'm going to have to come up with two relationships to solve for the two unknown values. And I'm going to use the two relationships by just plugging in the x and y. So I get A times 1 squared plus B times 1 plus 3. Simplifying that, I get A plus B, and I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, is equal to negative 1. Okay, so that's equation 1. Equation 2 is using the other coordinate. So I end up with 4a, negative 2 squared, minus 2b plus 3. And so when I solve this, I get negative 10 equals 4a minus 2b. I'm just going to simplify this equation. And the reason why I'm simplifying this is just because if I do this, my b coefficients match. And I'm just going to add these together. So I'm going to take 1, and I'm going to add equation 2. It's 2a minus b. I get negative 6 equals 3a. Solving for a, I get a equals negative 2. Yeah, and that looks about right. I've got an upside down parabola looking something like that. Okay, so there's my a value. I do still need to solve for b, so I need to plug that back into one of these equations. So I'm going to just plug it back into a here, or just plug it into equation 1. So back into equation 1, plugging it back into there, I'm going to get negative 1 is equal to negative 2 plus b. Okay, so b is equal to positive 1. So there it is. I've solved for a and b, so I know my quadratic looks like this. F of x is equal to negative 2x squared, yeah, an upside down parabola, plus x plus 3. Okay, so there's my parabola, I had two unknowns, so I had to come up with two relationships to solve for those two unknowns.